So today we're going to talk about variety in your gold and silver stacking. So some of the pros and some of the cons. So I mostly stack gold sovereigns and also gold Britannias. Now these are my three latest pickups. They are young Victoria sovereigns. We have a couple of Melbourne Mint and one from London. So a couple of dates from the 1870s. And what is this one? 1887, so talking 100 and, public maths, 40 odd years old. And yeah, still obviously in decent condition. These would have been circulated for a period of time, but obviously not anymore. So I like sovereigns for many reasons, but is it an advantage to perhaps have some variety in the stack? Or is it better to go full on uniform, one type of coin? Now, the reason I like sovereigns so much is they're an easy size to pick up, they're a good price point, everyone can afford them, just under that quarter ounce size, and you can just stack multiples of them. Dealers are happy to take large volumes of them, and you can easily shift them on the second-hand market. They do just tend to be preferred over other coins from other areas, so things like your buffaloes are obviously popular in the 1 ounce size in America. But over in the UK, people don't mind having one, maybe two, but it's not really something I've seen people stacking in a lot of volume. The Britannias are popular for that 1 ounce size, especially the more modern years with all the security features. So ultimately, having a variety, if you are in need of some money, not the whole stack being liquidated, but let's say you've got a stack of like 10 ounces, if you only need to sell 2 ounces and you're going to do that by selling your gold. If you need 2 ounces worth of the fiat money, then you have options. If you're using the sovereigns, that's probably going to sell pretty quick. But again, if you're selling 2 1 ounce coins, again that could sell pretty quick. So it depends a little bit on the market at the time. If you're just going to a dealer, chances are they'll just take whatever you've got. If it's something on the table here, then it's going to be pretty popular and it will go pretty quickly. But if you have perhaps a crowded marketplace and you want to take the peer-to-peer option, sell on the second-hand market, then you might be selling on a day where 10 people want to sell all their sovereigns. So there's loads and there's just not quite the demand there for them on the day. You could be forced to go to a dealer in that case, and when you do that, you are going to realise obviously a lower price point than if you were to sell privately. But, it's less work. You just go to the dealer or post them to the dealer and wait for the money. So there are pros and cons, obviously, but having a variety, there's not many of these come on the market. You've got proof coins as well, which would be a totally different market. So having that variety could be, an advantage to you depending on when you come to sell, what's available on the market, and you could obviously fill a gap there that perhaps some people will want. So if you're looking at something like the proof sovereign that's over on the back left there, that is going to be less affected by spot price. So people are buying those at high premiums over spot because they are collecting, proof coins. Maybe it's because they like the design, maybe the year is significant to them, maybe it's a significant year in general, being the Platinum Jubilee in that example, but maybe they're buying the birth year of the kid, the wife, whoever. So there are many reasons why people might be buying those. And again, things like the Queen's Beasts, now they are no longer made. We are onto the Tudor Beast now. Then these do trade, and it's not really tied to the spot price. People aren't thinking, well, 3% over spot, whereas they might with a Britannia or a Sovereign. They're just thinking, well, yeah, about that price is fair enough. They might need it to complete the set. So something like this, people might buy one, just have a bit of variety in the stack. This is an Isle of Man gold sovereign. But again, it's not something people are probably going to be stacking a lot of. You would just tend to buy, your normal bullion sovereigns if you're more of a stacker. So with the variety in my stack, I do have quite a number of the Tudor Beasts now, which are the latest series from the Royal Mint after the Queen's Beast. I've got the odd coin like a Krug or like the Buffalo, things like that. And I do have quite a bit of variety, but still in the Britannia format. So for me, I'm not really going to be selling gold if I only need a few £1,000s or a few £100s. I obviously have cash in the bank, to cover those kind of expenses. But perhaps if I needed, a significant amount of money or saw an opportunity elsewhere, then I might want to sell, part of my gold stack. I could sell 30, 40, 50 ounces. It could fund, part of property or part of a business deal, something like that. So there are options there, and yeah, I could sell just tubes of sovereigns, bullion sovereigns that would be easy to replace. Or if I've got a bit more time, I could sell some of the more exciting bits and pieces that would have higher premiums. And yeah, it just depends really on the speed. If it was just pure speed, I've got a good stack of just basic bullion, like obviously sovereigns like Britannias, and I could take those, take a little bit of profit, just with the gold price being higher than my average buying cost, and all would be well. The problem is, if you're going for just variety, yes, it's kind of nice to have a variety, all sorts of different bits and pieces. Like when I first started buying, I just bought anything that was small and fractional and that was at a low premium. And yeah, I had all sorts, but if I was going to go back to a dealer and sell it, they would obviously take it just based on the weight, so they wouldn't give me more because something was a bit more exciting than something else. They would just give me one price for the lot. So over time, I've just gradually sold some of those bits and pieces and made my stack more uniform, stuck to the sovereigns. So if I was starting again, I would focus on sovereigns probably, and once I've got a decent base of sovereigns, then I would look to perhaps add some variety, maybe go into some bigger Britannias at 1 ounce. And then, yeah, if you're going to get a decent sized stack, maybe something to keep it interesting every now and again, a little treat. But it's not really going to be a good play, I don't think, buying a lot of high premium stuff when you're starting out, just in case you have to sell in the short term. So proof coins, they could be a good store of value. That little coin there is storing more value than 2 of these, almost as much as 3 of these, even though it's the same weight. It is obviously in that big capsule thing, which is, it's keeping the coin safe and all that, but it's just a bit less easy to store compared to individual coins in terms of the size and the space it will take up. So proof coins, like I say, they could be good, the margin could be good, but you just need to find the right buyers, and they might not be as affected by, gold price, like I say, the spot price, but you might have to wait longer to find one. So a bullion Sov selling at 3% over spot is going to sell pretty quickly, anywhere, any day, but selling a proof coin at such high premium, it might be the fair market value, but there just might not be as many people shopping for those. I often see people who've bought fancier things early on in their stacking and they're now trying to sell them at the price they paid and struggling, and then they offer swaps, just to get something like basic bullion, and it often tends to be like a bit of a slow and painful experience. So I would stick to, your basic bullion sovereigns in the UK, maybe if you can get gold eagles, fractional ones at a low premium in the US, maybe working on those. Obviously, Australia, you've got kangaroos and things. Canada, you've got maples. But if I wasn't stacking sovereigns, I would probably just stick to the 1 ounce Britannias in various forms, and that would be my stack. So, let me know what you are doing, and did you make any stacking mistakes when you started? Did you buy all sorts of nonsense, and you wish you just kept it simple? Let me know in the comments.